Unfortunately, Raptor fans, the Toronto Raptors could not make sweet number 16 happen tonight, and they fall to the Brooklyn Nets 101-91. This is the Airborne Podcast. I'm your host, Ajith, and I'm proud of this team. They had the streak going all the way up to 15 games straight, and it just wasn't happening tonight. It wasn't meant to be. Everyone is looking towards the All-Star break. This was a final game. It's always really hard to get this game. But over the years, the Raptors have been able to be successful with the last game before the All-Star break and then the first game after the All-Star break. But from the get-go, the Raptors just could not make a shot. The bench did not help tonight. Terrence Davis was ineffective. Chris Boucher had a few moments. Rondé was the only one who came in at the beginning and made an impact, but he disappeared. They gave Matt Thomas some minutes at the end. The one thing I didn't understand about that rotation was, Terrence Davis, no one was really making threes. The whole team was really bad, except for maybe Serge Ibaka, Kyle Lowry, and Fred VanVleet towards the end of that fourth quarter. They could have brought him in. He did really well against Brooklyn a few nights ago, last Saturday night at home. You could have tried something new because Terrence Davis wasn't feeling it. But they brought him in at the end for 4 minutes and they took him out because he's kind of a defensive liability. And in a tough situation where we're down by double-digit points, bringing him in a pressure situation isn't really good. It's not good timing. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed, clearly. I mean, as much as I'm pretty sure a lot of you are as well. Wishing that we could have got number 16 and that would have tied a franchise, or not even franchise record. In our team history, in Canada sports history, we already surpassed it. But in NBA history, we could have tied it if we won number 16 tonight. That would tie the 90-91 Lakers. Those are the only two times that's happened. But we are sitting in second place with the most wins heading into the All-Star break. Lowry had a triple-double tonight. 12 points, 12 assists, 11 rebounds. Siakam had 16 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Ibaka sat out last game with flu-like symptoms. He had 28 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks. I don't know, man. I mean, there isn't really much to say. To be honest with you guys, if y'all watched the game, you know it was really the fact that they couldn't make shots when it mattered most. They cut the lead to 6 in the first half, or they cut it to 4. They cut it to 4 after... they cut it to 4 in the first quarter, 23-19. They had moments like that throughout the game, but they just couldn't get back below 9 points in that second half. And every time we made a run, they answered, and we just couldn't do anything about it. On this streak, we were averaging 121 points. Tonight, we only scored 91. We were shooting 50% from the field. We only shot 38% tonight. So that kind of should give you in perspective that how bad of a night we had tonight. It wasn't pretty basketball to watch at all in any way, shape, or form. It was absolutely horrible. I was getting pissed off watching it, not because they couldn't continue the streak, but it was just really, really ugly basketball. Raptors shot 41% during the streak, only shot 30% tonight. Points off turnover, we usually get 23 points per game in the streak, only at 15 tonight. Fast break points, 21.4 during the streak, but 22 tonight, so that was pretty good. But you could see our transition points were just not there. We didn't have that many turnovers tonight. We had probably 13, 14 maybe, around that average. But it was just the timing of the turnovers that kind of killed us. And we couldn't make a bucket in that first half. God damn. And against Minnesota at home the other day, we had 74 points at half. Today, we had 65 points through 3 quarters. We couldn't even get 74 points through 3 quarters. That's how bad our shooting was. Our 3-point shooting, our 2-point shooting, everything was just absolutely horrible. damn, I don't know, man. I'm just like, I was hoping that we could get this streak to go on up until the point we face Milwaukee, but it just wasn't meant to be. It just wasn't meant to be. All we had to do was get through Brooklyn, Phoenix, straight out of the All-Star break, and then the Pacers, and then we had Milwaukee right after. Sad times, Raptor fans. I know I'm getting a little greedy, but still. As a team, though, for the Raptors in that first quarter, I'll give you all the stats. They scored 20. The Brooklyn Nets, both teams actually were scoring horribly in the first quarter, and they shot horribly too. The Brooklyn Nets scored 23 points, and the Raptors had 19 in that first quarter. The Raptors shot 36%, 8 of 22, and the Brooklyn Nets shot 10 of 29 for 34%. Raptors are 2 of 9 from 3 for 22%, and Brooklyn was 3 of 15 for 20%. Like, that's how bad the shooting was the first quarter. Then second quarter comes around. Raptors score 40 points only. So an average of 20 points per quarter in that first half. Brooklyn scored 52. We cut it to 6 before halftime, like literally with the minute to go. And then Brooklyn comes back on a 6-0 run, and they get it back to double digits. Second quarter, at the end, at halftime, Raptors were shooting 16 of 45 for 36%, and Brooklyn was 19 of 48 for 40%. Raptors from beyond the arc were 4 of 18 for 22%, and Brooklyn was 5 of 19 for 26%. It was just brutal. God damn. I wanted to turn it off at one point. Third quarter comes out. Their defense is awesome. They're playing their tenacity. They're playing their tenacious defense, and they got locked down. They're locking down everybody. They're playing that lockdown D, and they're getting turnovers. They're getting stops. They're getting shot clock violations, but they're not converting on the other end, and that's what killed us. Like, they're literally turning the ball over or missing open shots, and those open shots that were going through during our streak did not go down tonight. In that third quarter, we scored 25 points. Brooklyn scored 23. That was the first quarter that we actually outscored them. And after 3 quarters, the score was 75-65. Pascal hit a 3. The man could not make a 3 throughout the whole night, but he gets a contested 3, I think, over Joe Harris at the buzzer to end the third quarter. And after 3 quarters, the Raptors were still shooting under 40%, 26 of 69 for 38%, and Brooklyn was also shooting 38%. They were 25 of 66 from the field. 3-point shooting-wise, from beyond the arc, Raptors were 8 of 28 after 3 quarters for 29%, and Brooklyn was 7 of 28 for 25%. Not saying Brooklyn was shooting any better tonight, but they were converting their buckets when it mattered most to keep that distance between us two, so that, they had that breathing room so they can make those mistakes and still be able to recover down the road. But overall, final quarter though, Raptors still ended off the game shooting 38%, 34 of 90 from the field, and Brooklyn went up to 41% for 36 of 88 from the field. 3-point shooting, we made 13 threes, but we were 13 of 43 for 30% from beyond the arc. Brooklyn was only 9 of 35 for 26%. Free throw percentage, we were 10 of 13 for 77%, and Brooklyn was 20 of 25 for 80%. Rebounding, Jared Allen, DeAndre Jordan were getting offensive rebound after offensive rebound after offensive rebound, and Karis LeVert was killing us with the steals and getting us to turn over the ball. He got a couple offensive rebounds in that fourth quarter. He made some tough baskets. He was the player of the game for this game, because without him, we would have came back and won this game. But rebounding, they were a plus 13, 55 to 42. Offensive rebounding, they were a plus 6, 12 to 6. We had 6 rebounds. Offensive rebounds, they had 12. We had 42 rebounds. They had 55. Assists, they were a plus 6. We had 21. they had 27. Steals, they were a +1. We had 6, they had 7. Blocks, they were a +1. We had 4, they had 5. Turnovers, we had 13, they had 12. They were a +1. As I'm going through this list, I don't see, other than 3-point shooting, we really didn't beat them in any category. That's actually a first in a really long time. Personal fouls, we had 20, they had 16. And then Kyle Lowry got a technical. And the referees are scumbags, for real. Like, they didn't give us any solid calls in the beginning and through the first 3 quarters. But just to make it look solid on the stat sheet at the end of the game, they started giving us pointless foul calls so they would look at, so when people look at it, they won't see the difference to be like a huge disparity. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. You saw Nick Nurse on the floor cussing them off, yelling at them through the game. He was on their ass the whole game. It just, like, they don't want to look like scums. Like, the referees don't want to look like it was lopsided, so they try to even it out when it doesn't matter. And that's not cool. Like, seriously, bro. Like if it's a foul, it should be a foul. There shouldn't be no favoritism between teams. Like, every player on each team is trying to help their team win. Like, the win is important for both teams. Let them play it out and let them decide who gets the victory. We don't need no referees dictating this bullshit. And it's not just this sport, even UFC too. Like, that fight against Dominic Reyes and John Jones, like, Dominic Reyes should have won that fight. If you got a set of eyes and fighting, or if you just look at it, it's an eye test, that Dominic basically, like, dominated 3-2 out of the 5 rounds. He had 3 of the rounds, John Jones had 2, but they gave it to John Jones. And you can't let judges be deciding. Like, I know that went to decision, but, like, judges shouldn't be deciding who wins. There's favoritism. Like, oh my God. Like, I was watching that fight and I'm like, why? Like, how? If you just watch it with your pair of eyes, you know who won that fight. It is what it is, but I just want to put that out there. I thought about that. It came across my mind. Thought I should put it out there in case any of you guys are UFC fans. But back to the Raptors game. Other than Ibaka and maybe Van Vliet and Lowry, no one else really showed up tonight for the Raptors. Pascal Siakam in 37 minutes only had 16 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 of 17 from the field, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 1 of 6 from the 3-point line with 1 steal. Serge Ibaka, 35 minutes. Like I said, he had flu-like symptoms. Last game, did not play. Came today and showed out. 28 points, 9 rebounds, no assists, 10 of 17 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 5 of 10 from the 3-point line with 1 steal, 2 blocks, 2 turnovers. Lowry, 37 minutes, 12 points, 11 rebounds, 12 assists, 16 triple-double in his career, 14 as a Raptor, 4 of 13 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 of 6 from the 3-point line, 1 steal, 3 turnovers. Fred VanVleet was pretty bad in the first couple quarters, but in the second half came out and showed out a little bit. 39 minutes, 22 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 8 of 19 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 4 of 10 from the 3-point line, 1 steal, 3 turnovers. Those are you guys. I mean, OG, 32 minutes, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 2 of 5 from the field, 1 steal, 1 block. For the Brooklyn Nets, though, Karis LeVert, 36 minutes at 20 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 10 of 20 from the field, no free throw attempts, 0 of 4 from 3, 4 steals, 1 block, 5 turnovers. Jared Allen, 20 minutes, 10 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 of 6 from the field, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, no 3-pointers, no steals, 1 block. Dinwiddie, 34 minutes, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. That's 17 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. 5-13 from the field, 5-7 from the free throw line, 2 of 7 from 3-point line. And that's it. Joe Harris, 35 minutes, 19 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 7 of 12 from the field, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 2 of 5 from the 3-point line, with 1 steal, 1 block, 1 turnover. Wilson Chandler, 27 minutes, 8.6 rebounds and assists. I'm only saying his stats because he had a whack-ass three-pointer off the backboard that literally killed us because we were trying to cut into the lead. And altogether, though, rebounding-wise, DeAndre Jordan and Jared Allen had an not offensive, but a grand total of 23 rebounds together is what was one of the main reasons we actually got killed tonight. Jared Allen, 25 minutes, 10 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. DeAndre Jordan, 23 minutes, 7 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. I'm not going to read you the field goal percentages because they're a bunch of wastemans. I'm just joking, but they really didn't do enough for me to go into it. But those are your main stats for the main guys of this game. Torian Prince, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists in 29 minutes. And that's all she wrote. All in all, Raptors going into All-Star break. Let me know. Like this video if you guys are excited for the All-Star weekend. Let me know. I probably will react to the events of this week's All-Star weekend, or this weekend's All-Star weekend. And yeah, I'm excited for the dunk contest. Honestly, 2 missing ingredients for that dunk contest is Zion Williamson and Zach LaVine. If you put those guys in there, this dunk contest is a wrap. 3-point shooting is always spectacular, at least for the last 3 seasons it has been. And All-Star game, they've changed the rules. A lot of tributes for Kobe, Gigi. So, it'll be fun. It's a different style this year with a lot of charity involved, especially splitting up all the quarters. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, let me know if y'all excited. Let me know in the comment section if you have anything else you want me to react to. Like I said, I'm going to start this little reaction side to this channel, reacting not just to specifically basketball, but a lot of other things as well. But yeah, that's going to do it for now. If you enjoyed this, subscribe to the channel, support your boy, show your boy that love. And we'll be back here. I'll be posting videos throughout the week. But if we're talking Raptors basketball, it'll be back February 21st against the Phoenix Suns, and we'll try to get another streak going. This streak right here has given us a little bit of breathing room between the English, please, between the 2nd seed and 3 to 6. Boston lost yesterday to Houston. They're playing the Clippers tomorrow. Hopefully they lose that because we lost today. So it gives us a little 2-game gap or so. And, we want to keep that 2nd seed. That's the good spot for us right now. And for Brooklyn, we gave them a little confidence because if the playoffs were to start tonight or today, the Raptors would be playing the Brooklyn Nets. It'll be a tough matchup, especially if Kyrie comes back, but there's a little while. We have a little bit of time for that, so we'll see down the road. But till then, everybody, stay blessed, stay woke, and please, stay safe. Peace!